With the latest release of her Midnight album, Taylor Swift is now trending. She broke the records of Spotify history for the most streamed album in a single day and the most streamed artist in a single day on October 21st, 2022. Let's discuss our predictions we published last March 5th, 2022, that's within the period of this event. We start with this one. 2 months starting middle of October 2022. There could be impoliteness, respect issues, issues of abuse, strong sexual matters, disputes, obstacles, things not in the right flow, confusion, extreme personality, and strong attractions. These involve lover, senior, female person, and a child or younger person. And these have impact on her fame, experience, connection, and happiness. Checking on the latest news about her, we have found the following articles written at these times. Title: Taylor Swift Midnights, her horniest songs. We can attribute this to the strong sexual matters we have predicted. Another article, entitled Taylor Swift's You're on Your Own Kid song lyrics, explained. This we can connect to involve a child or younger person in our predictions. Her antihero single is labeled as self-loathing by many articles, too. This we can relate to the respect issues, issues of abuse, and impoliteness we have predicted as well. Another article has a title, Taylor Swift's new song, Would've, Could've, Should've, gets fan fired up over John Mayer again. The article discusses about their sort of May-December affair when Taylor Swift was 19. This weekend related to disputes, issues of abuse, involve lover, senior, and a child or younger person, with impact on her experience and happiness as we have predicted. Next article is with the title, Taylor Swift fans claim Vigilante S is diss track for Scooter Braun. We can relate this with the impoliteness, obstacle, confusion, with impact on her connections and fame as we have predicted, as this relates to her disputes with Braun for the purchase of her master rights. But other fans speculate that the single, Vigilante S, may also relate with Kim Kardashian and Kanye West divorce. Either way, we can relate this one to our prediction about disputes, a female person, child, or younger person, with impact on her connection. By the way, this reading is for entertainment purposes only, and no guarantee can be given as to the accuracy of the reading. Please always use your own common sense and judgment. Viewers and audience discretion is always advised. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Do also check the description box for the prediction video link that we have published last March 5th, 2022, so you can verify our predictions. I also don't know how to edit that video, well except for the thumbnail or title, but the video itself may only be muted with my YouTube powers, not techie enough, ha ha ha, so it was also said and done without changes months ago. We go to our next related prediction, which goes like this. 2.5 months starting middle of September 2022. There can be unhelpful artists, unable to deliver results, non-compliance, strict environment, disorganized work, fame issues, danger, difficult enemies, clouded thoughts, unknown adversaries, big gossips, very risky work, bad attacks, some hazards, and lover concerns. However, there could still be good romance, happiness, good child or younger person relations, good opportunities, nice expansions, better assets, and wealth gains. Now, we are not expecting all these stuffs will be visible, so we will tackle the relevant stuffs that we have noticed. And October 21st, 2022 is within that period stated, just reminding, hehehe. So unsurprisingly, the good opportunities, nice expansion, better assets, and wealth gains we have predicted are the obvious ones with the success of the Midnight album release. The happiness prediction we made can be seen with Taylor Swift's tweet for this overwhelming support from the fans. Now, Lana Del Rey is also making rounds in Twitter with the issue that she seemed to be not heard on the track Snow on the Beach, which she is supposed to be featured. A snippet interview also appeared when she was asked on which part she sings on the single, and her response was, "That's a great question, I've been wondering myself." So, we can relate this part with the unhelpful artists, non-compliance, unknown adversaries, big gossips, and bad attacks that we have predicted. Still, it has contributed to the nice expansion we have predicted for Taylor Swift, as it's so far considered to be the biggest debut for a female collaboration in Spotify history, plus all the funny memes serving as publicity for the song. And then we saw this article from Insider.com with the title, "We regret to inform you that Taylor Swift's Midnights is not very good." As we quote from the article, "Despite a strong start and scattered highlights, it's an underwhelming album and one of her worst lyrically. Snow on the Beach is pretty, but it drags, especially when you're expecting a verse from Lana Del Rey that never comes. If you told me this was an unfinished demo instead of a fully polished track, I'd believe it. Taylor Swift is a genius, but not everything she does is genius. I cannot deny that my immediate reaction when the album ended was disappointment. Perhaps my expectations were too high and I'm the problem, it's me. So, with all those reviews and comments written in the article, we can relate these to the strict environment, disorganized work, difficult enemies, big gossips, very risky work, and bad attacks that we have predicted. On to our next prediction we made, which goes like this. 2 months starting middle of October 2022. There can be being stagnant, financial losses, poor risk-taking, bad ventures, personal mess, assets issues, lacks innovation, bad experiences, clouded thoughts, and unknown adversaries. However, there could be good story, good artistic works, good returns, and good leadership. So, this album, like her previous ones, gives us, as we have predicted, good stories about her life, which are worked and written artistically and made to songs, which lead to her having good returns with the album's trending success, and good leadership with the records broken in Spotify. For the not-so-nice predictions part, we can relate this one to the songs in the album, which mostly talks about the dark experience she had, involving lots of her, as we mentioned in the prediction, personal mess, bad experiences, clouded thoughts, previously being stagnant and having assets issues, bad ventures, and financial losses with her previous record label battles, poor risk-taking with her relationships, and unknown adversaries. The lacks innovation part can be referred to the poor reviews to some of her current songs. Well, hopefully they are just stuck with the past events that she currently chronicled in her present songs. Anyways, we also listened to the tracks, and made some very quick first impressions on them. Forgive us in advance, this is not to offend anyone, but these are just immediate expressions and thoughts when we heard the songs for the first time. These can surely change as we continue to listen to these songs. Here it is. Lavender has a touch of her Wildest Dream track, or another previous single sound. Midnight, cute, nice music while you just stare and do nothing while just listening to the song. Antihero, catchy, nice beat, mix of fun and pun. Snow on the beach, vocals over vocals over vocals. You're on your own kid, makes your head sway. Midnight Rain, it's a black and white, day and night, opposites in one song. Questions, more of a storytelling song. Vigilante S, sounds like Bad Blood, revengey theme. Bejeweled, could be the next single, catchy and nice vibe. Labyrinth, sounds strange and puzzling. Karma, potential next single, sounds like a song she used to keep her going. Sweet Nothing, another storytelling song. Mastermind, storytelling song, though catchy. The Great War, low-key register song. Bigger Than the Whole Sky, sounds like someone looking and wondering at the night skies. Paris, another storytelling song, yet fast-worded. High Infidelity, nice, though low energy, but rhythmic song. Glitch, sultry and smooth, borderline to boring. Would've, could've, should've, starts chill and ends high, with a clear message about regret. Dear reader, like going to another world. There you go for our Trying Hard album review. Hehehe. So, what's next with this trending album release of Taylor Swift? We will then refer to the next prediction, which goes like this. A month starting middle of November 2022, second half. There can be weird desires, sadness, child or younger person concerns, unproductive, biases at work, bad strategy, and lacks innovation. However, there could be supportive performers, good showmanship, good returns, good leadership, good pleasure, well protected, good boyfriend relations, good opportunities, nice expansions, desired attention, and better launching. With that, Taylor Swift may become very busy ahead to promote this album continuously. We may expect the tracks to hit the different charts with high rankings, many shows and promotional tours for her, and lots of support from the industry. Well, fame will always give you mixed events, including the downside. But Taylor Swift is for sure used to them already. So, Taylor Swift trends now, as early as the midnight, and may likely continue her trending streak to the many next midnights after.